Hello, hello. Happy Tuesday. Welcome, everybody. Hello, Kent. Hi, guys. Hey, Becky. Hi, everybody. Ooh, I see our comedian. Very good. He's ready. Awesome. We got him back this week. A couple announcements first. Well, it's exciting that we went live today with our Run for Recovery registration event page. Check it out. And now in the chat here on the screen, if you can figure that out, I've put the link there. You can also find the link on the Facebook group. You can wait for it in your text message. We're going to shoot it out via email. We're going to shoot it out everywhere. If you're on Facebook, we appreciate everybody's help and just getting the word out, spreading the word, gathering your friends, gathering teams. It's coming up on, it's our 5th annual one, and it's coming up on Saturday, May 11th. And it is in Auburn. And it is for everybody, the entire family. So this is just a big community event, walk, run, stroll with the strollers. It's just an event for all. So we hope you all will be there and gather all your friends, family, coworkers, all the above. So get registered. Be sure to join the group on Facebook if you are a Facebooker. That is where we will be posting regular updates. And for those of you who are not on Facebook, we will be sending out newsletters and things like that and keeping you posted via email and whatnot as well. So don't worry. But do make sure that you are on our text reminder list and our email list, and you can do so on our websites. If you go to battlefieldaddictions.com and you scroll all the way down, there's going to be 2 options. One of them says sign up for emails here, and then one of them says sign up for text reminders here. As long as you've done that, you're good to go. If you received a text today saying that we went live, then that means you're already on our text reminder list. If you did not receive that text, then you're not on that reminder list and you want to get on there. And if you're confused and you don't know where to go to that I just said, just shoot me a text and I will help you out, and I'll send you the direct link and make it super easy for you. So that is that. And I want to remind all you women out there, we have a weekly group every Wednesday morning at 11 a.m. on Zoom. We call ourselves the Mob, Moms of Battlefield. This is for all the ladies. We do a 1-hour coffee date, 11 a.m. Wednesdays, just as an opportunity to connect, get to know each other more, talk about the topic from the night before. So please join us. You can get the link by reaching out to me or Becky. Join us tomorrow morning. And I think that's it, unless Becky has something else to add. She can let me know, or I'll introduce. Hey, Becky.
Hey, I was just going to say, if for anyone out there, if you live near Kent or you would like to join us here in person and watch with the whole group here from there, please do. And it's a great way to get to know other Battlefield family members and just kind of see what it's all about.
Yes, if you're local, please plan to join in person. It's so much funner that way. Becky and Bill always come early and get the coffee going. They host it each week, so definitely plan to join in person if you can. Awesome. Thank you, Becky. Okay, our comedian. So Mr. Kyle Munkers brings us Kyle's Corny Comedy Corner. Let me take me off here and give a minute here to reset here, and we'll turn it over to you, Mr. Kyle.
Okay. You hear me good?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to start off with the pretty cool fact I just found out. You guys know that the pool that was on the Titanic, well, to this day, it's still filled with water.
Okay.
I
don't get it. Nice.
One time, I took this girl on a date to an ice rink because it was half off. She called me a cheapskate.
Oh,
Last night, my brother and I got in this argument. We couldn't figure out what the word was that they would call medieval warriors, but it got pretty late, so we called it a night. Art once told me that you know, the moment Angie had came home wearing a white suit covered in bee stings, smelling like honey, he knew she was a keeper. So weirdly enough, I have all these friends that have had babies recently, and all of them are pretty big babies, or as I call it, heavy in.
Heavy what?
You know, the gluteus maximus is actually the largest muscle in the body. In fact, it's a big ass muscle.
That was good. That was good.
So something a lot of people don't know about me is I'm a tad bit dyslexic, and I was told I needed to help with that to take up poetry. It's going pretty good. I made a couple of vases and an ashtray.
That's pretty good. In
I
here.
missed it.
Poetry, pottery. Oh, pottery.
Dyslexic.
Dyslexic.
Oh.
Is that it, Kyle?
No, I got one more and I'm done.
Okay.
Saving that.
I'm not sexist because being sexist is wrong, and so are women.
That was a good one.
Oh, Tyler Winston liked that one. Oh gosh. Okay, let me turn the screens. Yeah, Tyler Winston is in. He just didn't want to be in shot. There's your mom and dad. Oh. Oh, whoops, wrong one. Okay, sorry guys, give me 1 minute here. It's doing that and then it takes a minute and then there we go. Okay, there's Art. Let's get you up on spotlights. All right, we're ready to go. Do you want this screen? Or do you want this screen?
Yeah, that's good.
This
That's
one?
good right there.
Okay.
It'll work. Woo! Who did?
Josh.
Okay.
That's why he's on Zoom.
Okay.
I don't know another way to do this, but kind of do it in story form or talk about what kind of happened when I about 3 years into getting sober, I found out what mindfulness was. And it was the first time that I started delving into the realm of spirituality or thinking that there was such a thing, that there was this thing that could. Well, the first thing that happened was when I read a book on mindfulness, I started understanding that what pain was, and it was this resistance that I would feel from time to time. And after I felt that pain, I would feel, oh, by the way, every time I do a group like this about pain or something like this, inevitably everyone asks me if I'm okay. I'm okay. So you don't need to call afterwards and ask if I'm okay or I'm good. I'm good. So I might be a little, calm tonight. And even if I get calm, people are all like, are you okay? So I'm okay. So then I got this idea in my head that because I read this Eckhart Tolle book, I knew a lot of stuff. And I went on a spiritual journey, but looking back, it wasn't really a spiritual journey. It was just that I know more stuff than you about spirituality. And so you go on a spiritual journey, and for a lot of people, I don't know if it's true for everyone, but for a lot of people, what a spiritual journey means is I learn a lot about spirituality. And now I know more than you, so therefore I'm more spiritual than you. And that was kind of the first step, was that I kind of woke up to the fact that there was a spirit who I was, and then that was different from the self. And I understood there was two different things here. There was art, and then there was a spirit that could watch art. And that was the kind of the first stage of this thing. And so then I set out on this journey to be spiritual, but that was probably just art trying to be better than everyone else. And so I did that, and I read everything about spirituality, and I studied mindfulness, and I went to retreats and did all this kind of stuff. And I can look back now and say that, yes, I was learning and it was educating me and I was getting intellectual about this stuff, but Lo and behold, when my life did fall apart about 3 years ago, what I came to the conclusion was there was still a lot of pain, and that pain still had to be dealt with. And it hadn't gone away because of the spiritual practice. It hadn't gone away because of meditation. And I hadn't transformed into this person that lived up here above pain. And I hadn't transformed to this spirit who doesn't feel, and I could get through things better because I didn't feel them. There was just pain. And then lo and behold, I thought, well, you know what, this time I'm going to get a little more knowledgeable. So if things start happening in my life, I'm going to have a better meditation practice, and I'm going to do better at being spiritual, and I'm going to be kinder and more compassionate. But as I've went on in this thing, that's just not true. And the more I've learned about spirituality, the more I don't know. And the more that I've learned about it, the more it doesn't make me more spiritual. In fact, and nothing has taken away pain. One of the things that's true after 13 years of all the spiritual practice and all the teachings and all the books and everything is the same pain exists. It hasn't gone anywhere. And I haven't gotten better really at even handling it, looking back at it. In fact, people say like, oh, transformation. I look at, I'm so tired of it. And it's hard to have these talks because I don't want to have these talks and tell people that you could do something to change your life, that you could do something. And if you just do what I do, you're going to have this changed and transformed life, and you're going to know more about yourself and self-knowledge, and you're going to raise your self-esteem and all the nonsense. It's all just, it all boils down to something. In this life, there's pain. That's it. And you're going to have to learn how to deal with it. Now, even a step further, I see people all the time trying to find that pain or trying to understand that pain or trying to investigate that pain. And then they go like this. And even me, I'll tell people, well, when you're in pain, you can see you're in pain, and then notice that you're insecure, and you can feel the pain in the body. And all this is true. You can feel all that. And then Tara Brach, who's a great mindfulness teacher, and she says RAIN. Her acronyms are RAIN, and it's called Recognize, Allow, Investigate, Nurture. So she says pain happens, we recognize pain, and then we allow for the pain, we sit with it, and that's tension in us, frustration, annoyance, all this type of pain happens, and we allow for it, and then we look into it. Why am I having this pain? And then we nurture and accept that it's okay that we're having this pain. And this is how we learn to deal with pain. And, I just argue with one thing nowadays, that this investigation, that in this investigation, the evidence is inconclusive. That we as human beings are never going to find the source. We're not going to find the source of our pain. We're not going to look back in our childhood and say it was from that. We're not going to look back at the trauma and say it was from that. We're not going to transform out of it. We're not going to find the cause and then it goes away. We're not going to do any of that stuff. And if we could have found the cause and had it going away, believe me, I've investigated a lot. If we could have done all this and pain could go away, if pain could go away, I would have already made it go away for me. If I knew how to make it go away, if I knew I could get spiritual enough that I didn't have pain and I didn't dump it on Angie, or I didn't dump it on people, and I didn't get quick with people or short with people or angry with people or frustrated with people anymore, and I was this spiritual guru, I just have come to the conclusion that that doesn't exist. That what exists, no matter what your journey is, no matter where you're at, is that there's pain. And pain is living. And if you're not experiencing pain, you're not living. If you're not experiencing frustration, annoyance, tension, if you're not experiencing sarcasm and quickness and anger and fear, if you're not experiencing all this stuff, you're just not living. And see, the deal is that you see people go on these spiritual journeys and journeys of transformation, and they're doing it alone. A lot of times they're doing it alone. So they're going places alone. Well, what I believe now is that the only way that you ever even get to touch your pain is through other people. Yeah, baby. That, to be honest, the relationship pain is the only pain that we have. That the pain of actually facing another person, interacting with that another person, experiencing the tension in the conversations, experiencing the insecurities in the conversations, relationshiping with another person and feeling that pain is actually the only investigation that we need. It's the only way we get to a place where we even touch it. If you think you're going to be alone in your apartment and experience the kind of pain that you experience when you're in a relationship with someone, you're crazy. Relationship pain is where it's at. I always say in early recovery, don't ever get in a relationship. And a lot of the kids, they come here and they get in relationships. And I'm almost to the point of encouraging it, not because of anything else other than if you're going to experience the pain of a relationship, you need to learn it right here while you're here. You need to understand how it touches it and how you're going to deal with it right here. You're going to have to do it. The thing about the pain is, in in what we're doing in America, what we do with our pain is we leave. See, there's the problem. There's the problem. When we experience relationship pain, we quit. We leave. We give up. You need relationships in your life that you will not give up on. These parents need kids in their life that they won't give up on. You need people, these kids in your life, they are your teacher. They are here to say, don't give up on me. Be here no matter how painful it is, and I will teach you. And the pain teaches, and it never goes away. The pain doesn't end ever in our lives. So let's get rid of the illusion. Let's get rid of several illusions. One, let's get rid of the illusion that it's caused by other people. It's not. It's our pain. You have pain, that's yours. Stop trying to determine the cause. It's yours. Pain is a face you make. Pain is a feeling you have, and it's yours. Stop trying to stop it. Stop trying to eliminate it. Stop trying to say it's your fault I'm in it. Stop trying to blame people and just say there's pain. Recognize it. Pain. And there ain't nothing to do after that. There's pain. Would say there's nothing, but this investigation will lead you to an inconclusiveness. Yes, it's caused by insecurities. Yes, it's caused by fear. Yes, it's caused by all this stuff, but you're not going to pinpoint it. You're not going to be able to look back and go, well, I treat my husband this way because my dad did this to me. No, you're not. It's just pain. You won't know. You'll be sitting on a bus one day and some guy will say something and you think you got a spiritual practice and you'll just go crazy on the guy. Now, is that because of your childhood or is that because of what is it? You don't know. The evidence is inconclusive. So to sit and waste time on it is nonsense. To sit and think that we transform out of pain, that we transform and we get to this place where I can walk and meditate and I don't see the world and I don't feel any pain and nothing pisses me off and I just get to never yell again and I get to be up here. It doesn't exist. If it did, I think I would have found it. And it might exist. It might be 20 years from now, but I haven't found it yet. And I want to let people know I've been looking. I've been looking to get rid of my pain. I've been looking to say, I'm better than you. I don't feel any pain. I've been looking to say all that stuff, but it don't exist. And I think, first of all, first thing that people have to do is they just got to recognize when they're in pain or not. That's it. You got to be able to say it. Right now, everyone's covering it up. Everyone's running around saying I'm fine. Everyone's running around saying you didn't piss me off. I don't care what you think. Nobody bothers me. I'm too cool for school. I don't care. Well, I don't care what other people's opinion of me. I don't do pain, relationship pain. And then after you get over recognizing your pain, you got to stop blaming. It's your pain. Whether it's somebody else's fault or not is irrelevant. You're in pain. So now we stop blaming it. We just see there's pain. And that's a lot better because now we can just deal with it. And then third, get in relationships that you have to stay in. Not because you're a martyr, not because you're going to stay with this person no matter how they treat you, not because of any of that. But the relationships that make you stay, the relationships that you stay in are the only ones you grow in. Every relationship that you quit, you stop growing. Every relationship that you left, you stop.
Thank you.
So we get to a place where we just see. What is going on?
Wait, where's baby? Okay. It's okay. Sorry. Sorry.
Transformation. Nonsense. Nonsense. Spirituality. And I'm here to make you think. And if what I say makes you think, fine. And if you don't think it's true and anything, and I might not even think it's true. But at this point right now in my life, I think spirituality is nonsense. I think transformation is nonsense. I think looking into our trauma and finding out where it came from is nonsense. I think one thing is true, there's pain. There was pain before your trauma. There was pain when you were 2. There was pain when you were 1. There was pain when you were 5. There was pain when you were 10. One thing is true, there's just been pain. And any 2-year-old that comes over your house that has never been traumatized, that hasn't been through it, will show you that pain. There's pain. And the difference is it's going to be there. And the difference is what can I do with it? Do I take responsibility for it? Is it mine? And can I do my best at not blaming it on other people? Can I do my best at living and loving with my own pain? Can I do my best at not yelling? Can I do my best? Yeah, I can try that. And I can try to separate mine from yours. If I get in relationships that I must stay, one thing, I'm going to stay in this relationship with you and I'm not going to quit, but I got to be able to determine my pain from your pain. We got to know when you're in pain or I'm in pain, or we got to know if we're both in pain. And then we both got to be in pain. And relationships don't work anymore because nobody takes responsibility for their pain. Nothing. You ever hear in a relationship counseling session, this is my pain? This is his pain? No, you've never heard that. All you've heard is blame. That's what you hear. And that's what we do in relationships. But relationships are the only way to touch the pain. You're not going to touch it any other way. And relationships that you stay are the only way to grow because you touch the pain and you stay and it forces you to grow. Relationships that you quit have you touch the pain, blame the person, and leave the relationship. So, and I'm not even going to go out on a limb and say it's growth. I'm just going to say it's learning to cycle. So growth isn't really the fact that I'm going to grow out of pain, that pain's never, it's I'm going to shorten my pain cycle, which means I'm going to recognize my pain. I'm going to be in it. I'm going to spend less time in it because I'm going to own that it's just pain. And I'm going to sit through it. And so I'm going to cycle quicker. See, so many people that are in pain, they won't recognize they're in pain because they're blaming the other person. And they're saying the other person's behavior is causing this in me. And they stay in it in perpetuity. And they don't understand how to cycle out of their pain. So now their head just blames all day. And this is happening at work, and it's happening in people on here with their kids, and it's happening here in this house, and it's happening everywhere. And people aren't separating my pain from your pain. They're just saying you did that and you did that and you did that and you should stop doing that and you should stop doing that. Any time you've ever said in your mind that a human being shouldn't do that, that's your pain. Anytime we say this shouldn't be that way, that shouldn't be that way, he should have said that, she shouldn't have said that, they all said that. This shouldn't have happened, they didn't, that shouldn't happen, how come you're doing that? Anytime, what that is your brain telling you that you're in your pain. And your brain is now blaming something out there for it. And so now once you allow the brain to blame out there for the pain, you're not taking responsibility from your pain. Now you're causing problems. Now you're blaming. And then it becomes a war of bickering, and that's when people leave. So understanding that this pain is our teacher, our friend, and our only way we live. I cannot live without pain. Pain is emotional pain is the only way I'm living. It shows me the ups and downs, and I got to have the ups and downs because if I didn't have the downs, I don't know the ups. So what would it be if I didn't have emotional pain? I just live like this? See, I live like this. I watch TV. I go home. I go on my own. I work out. No emotional pain. Good for you. But emotional pain is the lifeblood. That's what it is. So you're welcome. You get to be in this. You get to be in this pain. You get to live. You get to be part of it. Today, after 13 years of spiritual seeking, transformational talks, retreats, I still feel the same as I did 13 years ago. There was pain now. There was pain then, and there's pain now. And after 13 years, when I'm in pain, my head still wants to blame. Nothing's changed. I'm just a little bit better at cycling out of it. I'm just a little bit better at recognizing my pain. And if you are living in this room right now and you don't say my pain in a day, then you haven't taken the first step to even recognizing it. You're still in the cover up. You're still running around saying, it's not my pain. It's that he's doing that. And he shouldn't have said that. And my boss shouldn't do that. And they shouldn't do that. And so you're still in the complaining phase. You haven't even dealt with any of your pain yet. So that just means that you're in a place where you run it. You just say, hey, that's happening and it shouldn't, and that's happening and it shouldn't, and that's happening and it shouldn't, and they're annoying and they're frustrating and I shouldn't be here, and then you quit and go somewhere else. But getting involved with the pain, getting involved with your pain, getting involved with it, you see? So you want to be in a place where is that something wrong?
No, excellent.
You want to, I hope you understand that living is when you get involved with your own pain, that you start being in the mix with it, because this is where you start the process of learning how to not put it on other people. This is when you start with the process of being in your own pain. So if you haven't this week sat in your own pain and recognized that you're in your pain, but rather you got in some pain and then you blame someone else, well, I would encourage you to start doing the work. It's not that much. It's not this journey. It's not going to make you better than other human beings. It's not going to give you some type of status. But it's fun to get involved with your pain because you learn to live and you learn to be in relationships and stay. And that's what this is about. Being in relationships and staying long enough to experience love with people. And you know, we can't experience love because most of the time we're just swallowed up by our pain. And we can't get out of our pain because most of the time when we're swallowed up by our pain, we're blaming someone else for it. There's no way out. And so when you start recognizing that you're in pain and recognizing that it's yours, you can stop being swallowed up by it and you can sit with it and you can poke your head out of it. And when you poke your head out of it, you got a chance to love another human being. But you have to be able to breathe through it. You have to be able to poke your head out of the pain, swallowing you up, and get out of the blame and get out of the past and get out of everything that you're stuck in. And understand, this ain't going away, guys. Pain will exist. Things won't go your way. There'll be relationship pain your whole life. If you don't have enough, have some kids. If you don't have enough, get a wife. If you don't have enough, get a job that you're trying to do better at. If you don't have enough relationship pain, get some more. Because that's living. And so I haven't discovered how to walk above water. I haven't discovered how to not yell at other humans. I'm getting a little better at it. I haven't understood how to get rid of my pain. I understand how to have a little compassion for my pain. I understand how to recognize it, how to be with it, and how to be with it for the duration. Knowing that it's not going away. Knowing that this is how it is right now. That today it feels like this, and that's okay. And then tomorrow it feels like this, and that's okay. And then it feels like this, and that's okay. And the only thing that I got to really do in order to not hurt people is I got to take responsibility that it's mine. Now, when I stop taking responsibility for my pain, that's where all the damage happens. Because now I try to trick you and I try to tell you that my pain is caused by you. And when I try to trick you, I'll do it very elusive. I'll really have a case for why my pain is caused by you. And watch me when I do it, because I'm really good. And then if I'm coming from that place, I'm going to hurt you. And I'm going to make you feel worse about yourself than you already feel. And I'm going to make you question yourself. And that's what we do to folks. That's what we do in our relationships. We make people question themselves because of our own pain. We make people second guess themselves. We make people feel less than. We make people feel inadequate. That's what I do when I don't say it's my pain. I hurt people, and I'm really good at it. And I was wondering, after 13 years of studying books and going to retreats and I gave it up about 3 years ago. Now my only teacher is pain. And I've been wondering how I've been learning every day for 3 more years after I stopped reading about spirituality. And it's because I learned from my pain. And I stay in pain. I stay here and I stay in relationships that I need to stay in. Relationships that my mind wants to quit. Relationships that my mind wants to give up on people. Relationships that any normal person might want to leave. But relationships that I stay in so that they can keep inflicting pain on me so I can keep learning. And I don't know where that's going to take me. And I don't know how I've transformed. And I don't know if I've got into my childhood traumas. But, Dad did hit me when I started the fire. So maybe that's it. But I don't know all about all that shit. What I know is there was pain then and I cried. And there's pain now and I cry. And it don't feel any different now than it did then. But back then, when I cried, for sure I blamed someone else. Back now, when I cry, I can take a little responsibility for it being my pain and not blame you. If that's growth, okay. But this is what we're doing. You're here. The solution isn't what you think it is. When people tune in, what is the solution? You think that's going to take the pain away? Yeah, that might fix that. They might not be using drugs, but there will still be pain in your life. Pain is going to be there. And I think we got to get rid of the illusion that it's not. That illusion is making us sick. It's making people try anything they can to get rid of it. There's the illusion that you're going to get somewhere and this pain won't exist anymore. That you're going to get to a particular place with money and it won't exist. That your kid's going to get sober and it won't exist. That that you're going to find the perfect woman and it won't exist. That you're going to find the perfect mate. So you just keep leaving one right after another and nowhere in the relationship did you go, that's my pain. Never. And you left the relationship. The relationship didn't even have a chance because you left. Because you couldn't even determine your own pain. You didn't take any responsibility for it. You never said in the relationship, this is my pain. Never. And if you haven't done that, then none of your relationships ever had a chance because you always had pain. And if you just blame someone else, then you never had a chance. And people go to work and they quit working at the job because they never say, this is my pain. They don't know the difference between the pain of a job and the pain of themselves. So how would you determine right or wrong? How would you determine whether it was a good place or not? You see, how do we get there? And the only way you can even determine where you should be is if you can say, this is my pain. And what I mean by my pain is knowing when my heart is closed, knowing when it shuts down and I'm protecting myself, knowing when my muscles are tight, knowing when I'm not feeling right, knowing when my heart is just angry and saying, this is mine. This is my pain. Getting to a place of understanding yourself enough to be able to separate your pain from that of another human. And then we don't need to use that other human to try to take our pain away. And we can't count on that other human to take our pain away. We can't say, I'm in pain, and if you change, then I'm not going to be in pain, because then we're counting on that other human to take our pain away. And we have to distinguish between our own pain so that we can actually learn to deal with it, not blaming someone else. So all this is pain dealership. That's what this is. We deal in it. I deal in it. I give a little to you. I dump a little on you. I'm harsh with you. I'm quick with you. I'm evil. I'm mean with you. I'm short with you. I'm sarcastic with you. I'm angry with you. And that's all because of my pain. That's what I do to hurt people. And you need to see how you hurt people. We all need to see how we hurt people. And then we can apologize, which is a pain reliever, an actual true pain reliever. When we can say to another human being, because of my pain, I treated you this way yesterday and I'm sorry. Because of my pain, I was blaming you for your behavior and I'm sorry. And we can separate. And if you see you're dealing with a person who says, you're all my pain, you're the problem. And then the other one says, but you're the problem. We're nowhere. We haven't even started the process. And if you're alone, I encourage you to relate. It doesn't have to be a girlfriend or a boyfriend. It has to be relating to a community, getting in there, relate with relationships that you're not going to quit. You're going to stay. The biggest teacher in my life has not been one book, has not been one training. The biggest teacher has been the relationships that I've stayed in. That's the teaching. The relationships that were difficult, that caused pain, and I stayed. And I'm sorry, but at this point in my life, I have no illusions of an art that walks on water and is spiritual and compassionate and kind and doesn't experience pain, and I'm not going to meditate my way to that and work towards that. I'm going to live towards that. I'm going to live towards trying to be a little kinder, trying to be a little more compassionate with myself, trying to be a little easier, trying to see what is this all about. At this point, I still don't know. I don't have any answers, no conclusive evidence, just there's pain and it teaches. And when it's your pain, it teaches. And when it's pain, but it's somebody else's fault, it don't teach. It only teaches when it's your pain. It only teaches when you can say, this is my pain and what is it teaching me? And the only thing that I've seen do it so far is relationships. Not couples, any relationship, friendship, a Democrat, Republican staying and talking to each other, a liberal. That's what teaches. A parent and a drug addict. A drug addict and a parent. Drug addict, whatever that is. And so here we are. I can't even say we're learning to deal with our pain because I don't know if that's true.
It's not.
Pain's happening. Pain's happening. And the question is, how much of it will I put on other people? And how much of it can I absorb, sit with? I didn't meditate my way out. I didn't find the answer. I didn't get spiritual. I didn't go sit on the beach and take my shoes off and feel the sand and have pain go away. I haven't figured out my childhood issues. I can't figure out where the pain started. Because it seems like it's always been there. But somebody else today is going to try to find the origin of their pain. What a waste of time. Total waste of time. You're not going to find it. You can theorize and come up with it. But you were in pain before that happened. The hell are you talking about? I know there's different circumstances. Everything ain't how I'm saying it, but I get it. But there's been pain. Resistance in your body, frustration, annoyance, shortness, sarcastic behavior, righteous behavior, angry behavior, yelling, punching your steering wheel, getting up to the stoplight, being late for work. There's the pain. Is that just a normal human pain or is that caused by trauma? I've punched my steering wheel. Does that mean that something happened to me? Or does that mean I'm human? Have we all punched our steering wheel? Yeah. We all even know what it feels like. Oh, it's like you ever grabbed onto it real tight? Oh, yeah. You ever yelled into your pillow? Pain. It's human. We don't need to find the origin. I think it's birth.
It's like you
Find it. It's birth. Yes, birth.
like what happens then?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. You're gonna. Oh. Well, then you can tell people about it.
Yeah.
The reason I'm treating you like shit is
Because
because,
sprinkler hit me.
yeah, yeah. The reason I do drugs is, there's another one.
Yeah,
The reason I do drugs is. Well, yeah, well, that's what my counselor told me. Well, thank God he told me that. Every kid coming back from treatment, last 10 years. Prior to 10 years, no one was talking about it. Now kid comes back from treatment. Well, mom, you know about my trauma.
You remember when
Every kid,
I swore you made me so?
yeah,
That's why.
every kid came back from treatment about 6 years ago with their traumas and their triggers. Prior to that, no one was talking about it. Now every kid comes back. My traumas, my triggers.
The team.
Why are you high on fentanyl today?
Trigger.
Trauma, triggers. Oh, well, that's a lot better than anything else you could come up with to say. Well,
Builds in excuses.
yeah. Yeah. So here we go. Pain. It doesn't go away. And we hate it. It doesn't go away and we hate it. And most people are running around acting like it's not even happening. Acting like they got to get through it. And they know most people are going around saying, you didn't cause me any pain. Can't even admit it. No. But it's everywhere. You had pain at the bank, the line was too long. You had pain at the store because the checker was slow. You had pain because they didn't have the right bananas or the right thing, and you had frustration, and there it is.
Your coupon didn't work.
The coupon didn't work.
I worked at Ace Hardware when the coupon didn't work.
Oh, a lot of pain when the
Oh.
coupon don't work.
What do you mean I
Yeah.
can't use a coupon?
Yeah. The liberals have pain, and then the Democrat or the Republicans have pain, and everyone's in pain. Everyone's too cool to admit it. So here we are. We have a collective pain down here. And we can all feel it. There's like a collective pain. We can tell when we're up, and we can tell when we're down. The whole community. We can feel one person's pain or everyone's pain. We can feel it. It's just an up or down thing. It's living.
Nothing's ever wrong either.
No,
You ask someone what's wrong.
I asked the kid, hey, what's wrong? I see you're in pain. No, I'm not. I'm not in pain. Well, looks like your heart's closed. No, it's not. Okay. Okay. Well, looks like it.
Andy yesterday, she said she was fine.
Yeah, 1 minute they say they're not in the pain, the next minute tears are just rolling down their face. In pain? Why are you crying? Yeah, we hate it. We hate our pain. I just hate mine a little less. It's okay. It's mine. And you don't get to cause my pain. There it is. None of you get to cause my pain. I won't let you. I would never give someone that power. You don't get to cause my pain. But I can't blame you. It's my pain. It's happening. You might be around. You might be in the vicinity.
Catch a few strays.
Yeah, I might fire some bullets at you. That's it. Oh, transformation. What an idea. What do you tell people when you get done transforming?
Just finish transforming.
Yeah, guys, just want to announce on my Facebook. I just went through the transformation. Just updating you all.
Just did it.
Yeah, I'll be walking on water from here on in. I'll be that guy that's transformed. They're like looking at you, you're yelling, they're yelling at you, you're looking at them like, oh, I'm not seeing it, dude. Yeah, I transformed. I went to the yoga retreat or whatever it is, you know. There we go. Oh, you should have seen it. It was transformation. Oh, really? Yeah, okay. You really got in there.
Were you Optimus Prime?
Yeah. True. I transformed. I don't even think I changed at all. I was yelling at this dude at the poker table. I haven't changed at all. I'm the same dude that was yelling at some dude 13 years ago. I haven't changed at all. Like, oh. I lost it on him today, and I was like, that was it, stupid.
Poor Flex.
Yeah.
He got art, didn't he?
The only thing now is I feel bad. Yeah, I feel bad afterwards. I used to not feel bad. I used to lose it on someone and not feel bad. Yeah, somewhat. Okay, we're gonna open it up a little bit, have a little fun. Maybe
Alright.
help someone that's in pain.
Let's open it up and real quick, what I'm noticing is the laptop is not plugged in. So Bailey, I don't know if you know how to plug in this laptop to a power source, but we have 40 minutes left of the meeting and it might not last. So if you can discreetly, very carefully,
Well, it's discreet's blown out of water at this point.
well, I mean discreetly for the dogs. I mean, just
Knows it.
ever so carefully because of the dogs and whatnot. You need to carefully. Oh, we're gonna rile up. Sorry, guys at home.
We're just gonna, there it is, there it is, got it.
Bailey, we're gonna do this discreetly.
Yeah,
Is it?
yeah.
Is it working?
It's in there. It's not working. It's not plugged into a power source. There it goes.
All right.
Okay. Okay, we're solved.
Can I help anyone?
We
tonight?
won't, we will not all of a sudden, just,
Can we get a round of applause?
yes, let's just not rile up the dogs. Okay. All right, you all at home. We keep it real here. We're real life. This is what happens. But I just did the raise your hand feature. On your device, there's a raise your hand feature. You can get my attention that way. If you can't figure out that feature, you can unmute yourself. You can say hello in the chat. However, to get my attention, but we would love to hear comments, questions. Anybody really going through it and need a little pain relief? We welcome all of it. Of course, if you're new out there, we'd love to meet you. I'm not sure if there's any first timers here tonight, but there are people out there. Actually, I do see some first timers. And I know there's people out there that we haven't met yet before. And we'd love to meet you if you're willing. Who is first? Brandon. There's Asta. Hi, Asta. Let's get you unmuted. We'll get you unmuted here so we can hear you. Asta is going through it. That's for sure. I'm glad to see you, Asta. So glad you're here. I know it's incredible that you are here. You're going through an incredibly tough time right now.
So I want to say thank you, Art. Whether you are aware or not, but my husband didn't really make it to a lot of groups. The last two, he really wanted to come to this one. He was actually excited Angie was going to be here and he wanted to meet her, and really touched him with the things that you had to say, and he really felt understood hearing you speak, you know. On Thursday, my husband got some drugs that had fentanyl in them, and he wasn't aware. So my husband's been in the ICU for the last 6 days. He was deprived of oxygen for probably about 4 hours or longer. So he's been on life support. You know, there's so much damage to his brain that we don't know, you know, what may happen. If he will ever recover in any way, if he'll ever walk out of the hospital, which I doubt, you know, even in a wheelchair or, you know, in any form. And, you know, my husband has struggled with addiction for so long, and, you know, he's spent, you know, years at a time where he was clean and sober and he was doing great. And these last 3 years, he just couldn't, you know, a couple days at a time, but he, you know, wasn't working a program, or he wasn't seeking support and doing anything like that. So he just couldn't do it himself. And I blamed, and so to say, you blame, you direct your pain at somebody else, you know, and I blamed and blamed and blamed for how angry I was at everything. I mean, there wasn't anything in my life that didn't make me angry. And now, you know, to see that, you know, I haven't left the hospital, I haven't left his side. Like, this is the first break that I've given myself, is to be, you know, with you guys. And, you know, it took something like this for me to stop blaming, you know, and to stop being so angry. And, you know, it's so sad that it takes something like this to change that. And, you know, I don't know what anybody else in this group is going through, or what, you know, their family members are doing, or, you know, but if you're angry at them, please, you know, before you don't have a chance, just please stop being angry and just love them. You know, like, the addiction is so hard, and you just have to love them and be at peace with them every chance that you get, no matter how often that is, or, you know, what that looks like. So, you know, me just sharing is really hard, but, you know, I've talked with Angie a lot, and Angie has been really supportive, and it just, you know, everything Art says is so true. I don't, years of experience, I guess. I don't know where you get it from, but it's amazing how right on you are every time.
Smart girl, smart girl.
So, you know, thank you.
Well, here's the problem. We blame or we feel. These are our options. So, you know, we can forgive ourselves for the blame because we didn't want to feel. And it's not that, it's pretty natural. Learning this information is unnatural because we're forcing ourselves to feel when our mind doesn't want us to feel. So now you're feeling, and there's no one to blame. And now you're taking it all. And so, but you don't know what's in store right now, right?
Right.
There are miracles.
Yeah. I believe that.
There are miracles, and he is on life support, and that must mean that there's a chance. So let's keep calm and do what needs to be done and see if we get it back.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys. Just thank you for Angie for always being there and trying to help every time I came to you. You tried so hard. So that means a lot.
Thank you.
Thanks, Asta. We'll still be in touch, and you'll keep me closely connected. And yeah, it's tough. It is tough. And I'll be in town soon, Asta. I was supposed to be there in Seattle tonight. Delayed my trip a bit. Wasn't quite able to make it up there yet, but I will be up there soon. I'll keep you posted. I'd sure love to meet you when I'm up there. We can have coffee privately. You could come to the watch party that week or whatever, whichever works for you. I will be available. I'll keep you posted. All right.
I'm gonna wait for a hand to go up. I make fun of things. You know, the transfer, getting into what I called spirituality and transformation was a doorway for me. And it was a doorway to see my pain. And, you know, I'm not gonna undermine that process, because there is that process of I want different. And you know, it's a good motivator to want different. And I wanted different. And getting to the doorway of being able to recognize your own pain, no matter how you get there, is something. And so, you know, I will say that it's a good process to make an effort at.
Who else out there? Anybody else going through it? Or anybody have comments, questions on the topic tonight?
And I understand there's trauma and PTSD and all that exists. I'm not stupid. I'm not ignorant to people's pain and trauma and PTSD, and I've had my own experiences with things like that. And I joke, and sometimes I come off the cuff, but it's all exists, but it's all pain, and it's not going away, and it all has to be sat with, and you're not going to get above it, in my opinion. In my opinion, getting above pain would not be even a good thing. It would be something useless. So then there's pain, and we learn. Let's hear from some people.
More people.
Mama Bundle, did you mean to unmute yourself?
No, sorry.
Oh, maybe that meant you were supposed to say something. Maybe not.
I don't know.
You'll be with us next week. We look forward to it.
Yep, I will be. Art, I just want to say that I recognize your love for sharing with us that shit happens, and we've all been through it. And if anybody thinks that they haven't, or that it's not going to happen tomorrow, or it didn't happen yesterday, I don't know, are they disillusioned? Maybe, is that the right word? But you got to storm through it. I think that's, you know, what you're confirming for me, and what I've always felt, and your ability to kind of shake us by the shoulders and remind us.
I think that there's finding dignity in our pain, finding grace in our pain, finding the ability to learn from it, and understanding that it's mine, and understanding how important it is for people to say, this pain is mine. And that moment when we can say, this pain that I'm experiencing is mine, that I'm not blaming you, that this is mine, that I'm in it, that this is what I recognize as a pain state, that this is me being in pain, and I'm going to let down the idea that I say it's caused by you. That when I look at a text from you, and it is not you, Carrie, but I look at a text from a human being, or I'm in a conversation with a human being, it is a definite illusion and reality that we could think that other person is causing the pain. We definitely could get there, and I can understand why people could think that's true. But pain is all yours. Every ounce of it. And so getting to that place where we can say, this is my pain, and stop blaming and understand. And even when we do blame, to be able to dial it back so that we don't resent. Meaning, yes, I blamed you for a second. Yes, I yelled at you for a second. Yes, I got on you for a second. But I could see now that I was clearly in a lot of pain when I said that. I can clearly see now that my pain caused me to say things that I shouldn't have said. And then I'm able to take responsibility for it and see where the line drew from cause and effect, and where it was where I didn't sit with my pain. So that pain that, yes, it looks like you're causing, but you're not, because it's already in me. It has to already be in me or it couldn't be happening. And so now I take that pain and I say, it's mine. And you didn't cause it. It just is mine. It's my experience. This pain is my experience. And I think as humans, we just have learned that none of our pain is ours.
Someone else's.
It's someone else's always. I still don't know, and I still don't hear humans ever saying, I don't see a guy driving down the road and getting cut off by someone and saying, this is my pain. Because that illusion is so clear that it's caused by that asshole. But it's not, because you could have sat with it. You could have said that happened. You could have accepted that that happened. You could have been not in pain. You could have been able to go through it. You could have been able to handle it with dignity. You could have been able to handle it better. So if you could handle it better, then it's yours for sure. And I think, and then being in relationships where we stay with people and we stop blaming. Listen, we can say, I don't like that you did that. And we can say it from a place that we're not in pain. But understanding where my pain cycle takes me, and knowing when I'm in it, and knowing the damage that I do when I'm in it, and knowing that it's my pain cycle. Yes, what you did initiated it a little bit, but I'm in this cycle initiated by something that happened in the world. Yes, but it's my pain cycle. And if I can be in my pain cycle and not cause harm, this is the best we can hope for.
And
And
it can build from person to person. So like, just what I'm taking from you is, we all have probably this little blame flame, little gas pilot in us. And
Mhm.
somebody can throw a match on it, and
That's right.
I turn
That's right.
I turn it up.
And then who knows who gets it the rest of the day?
Right?
Who knows who gets it the rest of the day? Who knows how we treat people? Who knows how we see the world? My cheeseburger doesn't taste as good. The dinner isn't as good. The waiter is too slow. On and on and on. The ripple effect from my pain cycle.
Mhm.
The way I look at people, the way I talk to people, the way I shorten my sentences, the way I ridicule, everything has to do with my pain cycle. Yeah, the way I respect people, the way I look at people, the way I keep my eyes open and be present with people, or I keep my head down and shut up because I'm in my pain cycle. It's all there. And as human, that's just what we're doing to each other. We're crossing the line. And we're saying my pain cycle is caused by you and you must change. And it's harmful. And this is why we can't relate. This is why we're not good. This is why we have 15 friends and then no friends and then one friend. And this is why we quit jobs. This is why we quit relationships. This is why we quit things, because of our own pain cycle. And not many people go, I stopped that job because of my pain cycle. I left that relationship because of my pain cycle. See, they would never say that because they wouldn't leave if they took responsibility for their pain. You see? Because the worst you could be in a bad relationship, but you could be growing. You could be growing by being in your pain cycle and understanding it. You could be learning, and maybe growing is the wrong word, but you could be getting used to the pain cycle. You could be acknowledging what part in it, and then having dignity throughout the pain cycle. And seeing dignity is lost when we're in our pain cycle. Grace is lost when we're in our pain cycle and we get righteous. and we lack compassion and we hurt people and this is what we're dealing in. And this is what, if this is what I trust in God, that he's providing this pain for this reason, so that little Art can learn how to be in pain and not be a baby about it. And I'm not doing very well. Still. I'm still that little kid that whines. But I what I've done, Carrie, people say maybe I'm good at it. No, I've just gotten more crafty. I'm more crafty at not whining, but making it look like I've just gotten more crafty. So you have to be real good to catch it when I'm destroying you with my pain. You know, but I'm doing it.
I'll be on the lookout.
Yeah. I make you feel real shitty about yourself in a nice way. You know? But I don't deny my own pain cycle, and I don't deny that it's mine. I get it. I understand it. And I know the line between my pain and yours. I know when I'm in pain, and I know when you're in pain. And sometimes I'm able to stay out of pain when you're in pain, but sometimes I join you. But it ain't your fault. It ain't your fault if I join you.
I'm usually like 12 hours late on recognizing it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's like the next day.
You're in it now.
Mhm.
You're in it now.
Yeah.
You're in your pain cycle right now. You'll know you're in your pain cycle because your head is oscillating. It's going back and forth between their fault and my fault, and why don't they, and how come they don't do this, and why'd they do this to me, and how come they're doing this, and I always do this for them, and they never do this for me, and they shouldn't have done that 2 years ago. Whenever we're in our pain cycle, we're always in the past. You're just always in the past. You're in the past, and you're thinking about somebody else's behavior. That's how you know you're in it. You're not thinking of great ideas when you're in your pain cycle. You're not thinking of what's next. You're not thinking of the future. You're not going, I'm going to create a nice poem. If you do, you're creating an evil poem about the piece of shit person that you're thinking about. Roses are red, violets are
I'm
blue.
gonna kill you.
My girl says, hey, whatever. She wears a wig. Yeah. But let's not question it. Let's be human beings with at least enough wisdom to know that we're in it or not. Grow up past the 2-year-old that's saying, I'm in pain because I'm not getting the cookie. Yeah. Maybe Nicole will be about 5 and we'll all be able to sit with her and tell her, oh, nice, you're in your pain cycle. And she'll be like, I'm in my pain cycle. And then we can grow like a wise human. Or we could try to take her pain away because we're in pain. Or we could yell at her and say, shut up, because she's causing our pain.
Give her the phone.
I like to say zip it to her.
Pain cycle.
Zip it.
What about when you're doing this?
Yeah,
Remember
zip
doing
it.
that?
Yeah. All little kids, they need to zip it. You know? That's what we should teach all the youngsters more. Zip it more. You talk too much. Nothing you say matters.
You saved it.
Yeah. Your brain's not even developed. Stop talking. Yeah. Stop trying to make decisions.
You should shit your pants. Welcome you.
Okay. So do we recognize it? Husband and wives on here, do you recognize your pain, or do you blame? Are you guys talking about your own pain? Or are you talking about what the other person did? But you do that, and you do that, and don't do that. And why do you do that? And why do you do that? Why do you do that? But you do that. What a negotiation we have. How crazy is it? I don't like when you do that and you do that, and then the other person just waits to talk and tells them, but I don't like when you do that and you do that. It's like, what the hell is this? What is it? It doesn't work. How many years have we been trying it? I don't like when you do that, and you don't, and you always do this to me, and you always do that, and then the other person goes, but you always do that. It don't work. This negotiation never works. It never results in what we wanted. The other person never goes, okay, I'm going to write down what I'm going to stop doing. You're going to write down what you're going to stop doing. And we're going to stop doing it.
You
That's
just write-
never happened.
You just write down what they need to stop.
Yeah. We just get in our pain cycle and blame.
That's contagious.
Yeah, and we pass it on. And we give the other one the silent treatment. I'm in my pain cycle. You need to come find me. I'll be over here. And someone goes, what's wrong? Nothing. Nothing. Well, you seem like something's wrong. No.
You asked me this morning what was wrong. I said nothing.
Nothing. What's wrong? Nothing. We need to grow past that. You can't even say something's wrong. But we want to wait till the third time we're asked.
All right.
On the third time, we're like, all right, let me get into this. You know?
Since you asked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you qualify now.
Like you care.
Yeah. On your third ask.
Take a look. Take a number.
And then you're just in for like an hour.
Yeah, you signed up for the wrong.
What did I sign up for here? Okay, well, it was a nice night. I'm gonna close it a little early if no one's gonna get out of their pain or need a way out. I don't know, guys. Transformation, spirituality, living our best life, TikTok, how to 10x my money, how to turn 1,000 million cryptocurrency. It's everywhere. Yeah. Yeah. Everyone telling you how to be better than you are. Everyone telling you there's something going to take the pain away.
It's easy.
Everyone going to tell you they don't have pain. Everyone going to tell you it's easy to make money. Why aren't you buying houses and flipping them? Well, I'm a janitor. Well, you should get your house for everyone's getting houses for no money down.
Yeah.
Where's this?
Show me that.
Yeah. You should. You're just an idiot. You don't buy an apartment building. Get an apartment. Well, why haven't you bought it yet? Well, I don't know. I gotta go to work tomorrow. Idiot.
I'm still working.
Yeah, you're still working for another human? Well, who works for you? Well, like 700 people. Well, what would you do if they didn't work for you? I don't know. I wouldn't be a billionaire. Well, what kind of system we got going here? I watch TikTok. I watch, all this stuff. So I don't know. Maybe I come on to Solution Group and I tell you how the pain's gonna go away. It's gonna get all better. No, circumstances change and then there's pain. And then circumstances change and there's pain. And then circumstances get better and there's pain. And then circumstances get worse and there's pain. In our life, there's pain. Pain is resistance. And the resistance is always there. And that's life. And you can either learn from the pain and feel, or you can blame others. Those are our options. Blame or feel. Blame or feel. Blame or feel. And if we did an investigation and we found out that our pain was caused by somebody else back in the day, that's called blame. And that'll help us not feel. Otherwise, you could just feel the pain and not find out who you need to pin it on. And just feel it. And do your best to handle it with dignity, grace, and I hope this for me is to handle it with the least amount of righteousness I can, but I'm not very good at it. And that's all there is for me. I'm not living under the illusion that I'm going to get spiritual and live above pain, and I'm never going to yell at another kid here in this house, and I'm not going to yell at my wife or be short with her. I'm just going to recognize that it's my pain and apologize for it when I'm in it. And I'm not going to be hard on myself and say I shouldn't have done that when I did that. I just got to recognize that it was my pain, not her fault, and say I'm sorry. And then we stay. And hopefully you'll find a relationship that you stay. And you stay and you grow and you stay and you grow and you stay and you grow and you experience pain and you stay and you grow and you experience pain and you stay and you grow with each other. So thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.
Good night, everybody. See you moms tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. Good night. Good night.